everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sharifa Joka, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Black Realities Grant that can be found at the Kaleidoscope.fund, Kaleidoscope.fund. And it's my great joy to have this very first casual conversation with our Black Realities Grant winner, Anatola Araba. And Anatola is not just our first winner, she's also our second winner. She has been very formidable with her project, and I'm so excited to talk to her more about it, to introduce her to you, and to also encourage you to pursue the grant, because you too might be one of the lucky ones who gets to advance their project with the support of these great resources. So first, hi, Anatola, how you doing?
Hi, thank you so much for that introduction, Sharifa. And yes, I'm so happy, honored, excited to be the winner of the Black Realities Grant. And I can't explain how exciting it is to be both the June winner and the July winner. And it's definitely so helpful in making it come to life and putting my vision into something that other people can see too.
That's awesome. So just tell us really quickly about the project. Tell us about this, great project that you submitted. And I really want you to talk about not only what it is, but the format, like your approach to capturing, this project and why you chose that direction.
Yeah, of course. So the project is called Afro Algorithms. Afro Algorithms is a short 3D animated film, and it's a sci-fi, visionary, Afrofuturistic experience. So Afro Algorithms tells the story of Arrow, who's the first artificial intelligence leader of Earth. It takes place in a future world, a distant future when the world is under the rule of the AI society. And Arrow goes on a journey to discover who she really is beyond her programming. And ultimately, over the course of this journey, she discovers that she cannot depend on the data points of the past to create the future, but rather she has to awaken the codes of creativity, innovation, and vision to create the future she wants to see. So ultimately, the project is really to encourage people to spark conversations about unethical algorithms and algorithmic bias, and how technology can be more inclusive towards all different types of people in all backgrounds. And it's also sort of speculating on what the future of the world would look like given the direction we're going, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. And before I even get to like the merits of that approach, which is, exceptional considering where we are in today's society, the threat that AI poses to people of color in the criminal justice system. We've heard more and more stories about, folks being identified, through facial, recognition technology that does not do well with people of color. And there's a long conversation we can have about that. But before I even go there, I hear 3D animation, I hear future, I hear Arrow, I hear all these things. And as an artist who's like not as familiar with the space, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a producer, but I haven't fully explored the full spectrum of XR personally yet. I think that's really unattainable for me. Like, that feels like, how does that get done, particularly with this construct with a micro grant? Like, how does our contribution help move what feels like a really grandiose project forward?
Absolutely. Well, the project is a micro project in way. It's a short film. It won't be longer than 7 minutes. And also the micro grant I use to get talent to work on the 3D animation, because I, almost like you, I'm a filmmaker. I do a lot of editing and producing, and I am not a 3D animator by trade, so to speak, even though I've always been so inspired and interested in animation and 3D animation as a medium, because you don't need to go with the laws of physics like you do in a regular production. It's sort of whatever you can imagine, you can animate. But as far as the micro grant, winning this micro grant definitely catapulted the story and the project, the production, forward in a very massive way. And I guess as far as larger projects go, it doesn't have a huge budget to begin with. And at the stage I am as a senior at NYU, where I study film and television production, I know that I can use a small budget to really create the most of it, and that's a skill in and of itself in being resourceful and making the most out of the budget that you have. So with the budget that I have from winning the 2 months of the Black Realities grant, it's going to funding 3D modelers to create 3D models of the characters, character rigging, which if you're not that versed in 3D animation process, maybe you don't know, but it's an important part of the process. And then most importantly, 3D animating. And then farther down the line, I have people that I've collaborated with in the past that I'll bring on to do music composing to create an original music soundtrack that's created by Afrofuturist music, like Flying Lotus, Kate Shinada are some inspirations, sound designers, and I'm really excited to see how it comes out.
That's great. I mean, you bring up some really important points. So first of all, let's talk about the budget of this project. What is your projected total budget?
So the budget currently is $12,000 total.
I want to stop right there because that may not be people's first idea of what it is you described, what it would cost, right? So it's helpful to know that 12,000, is a modest number, and you might be at home. There's short films that people are budgeting for $12,000, so that's not a number that feels unreachable. And I wonder, what is your advice to the filmmaker who's at home, or to the photographer who's at home, to the cartoonist who's at home, who is like thinking about, well, how do I do this? Like, what's my first step? What is a scalable project that could really be advanced by a grant like this? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I would say that if you want to start a project but are held back by the budget of it and maybe not having enough resources, I would say to find a way to think about how your project can create shared value for the people you want to collaborate on it with. Because I thought about it that I'm asking people to work on this project with me that I'm very passionate about. And if the budget's not the biggest, like, what is in it for them? And there's a lot of things in it for them based on what the film means. This is telling a story that advances Afro-futurist stories. It is speaking on an important subject, that's artificial intelligence in the world today and diversity. And it's also like a chance to work on a project that will be a part of the O platform, Kaleidoscope, and as well as other people that I've met through the Kaleidoscope platform that are extending invitations for the film to be shown there. And so, but it's also an opportunity to be paid for their efforts while it's modestly. So I would say that to know that your project has value beyond just the money that it has, it's also the idea it's promoting, the meaning behind it, and the quality of the work you do. I would also say that if you not only care about it, but show that you care about it, such as it's really about communicating the value of your idea. I had to create video presentations, pitch decks, concept art, and to show people the depths of this very extensive idea I have, so that when people see it, they understand, they immediately feel the style, the vibe of the project, and then it's easier for them to see themselves, picture themselves working on the project.
I could not have said that better. Shout out to the Kaleidoscope.fund community of artists. One of the things that I want people to be aware of is that, you might have an idea, you might not where to go for collaborators, because maybe you're not within a film school environment, or maybe you're not within a filmmaking community that you've cultivated. But Kaleidoscope.fund actually is a community of artists who are on that platform because they, like you, have decided they want to create. They want to make something, they want to move a project forward. And as Anatola has shared, a simple reach out, which is very easy to do once you're a member of that forum, can lead to a creative collaboration. So I want to thank you, Anatola, for sharing your experiences. I want to invite everyone who has a chance to watch this video to think about, how you might want to create something, and just know that this grant is an ongoing opportunity. Every month we are extending, money and resources to projects that submit themselves. And the submission process, I might add, is really easy. Go to Kaleidoscope.fund, join the community of artists. There's a wide spectrum of levels of how you can join. There's even a free option for those who might be struggling in this moment. Kaleidoscope has expanded its opportunities to not be economic burden. So I hope that you take this invitation and join us. Anatola, as the winner of both the first and the second grant that we've extended, I just congratulate you, and I give you the final word.
Thank you so much. I'd love to speak on the community that Kaleidoscope has, since you touched on it, Sharifa. But since joining this platform, it has been genuinely fun and inspiring to see all of the different artists on this platform that use it, the members. There's people that are making short films in VR or advanced AR experiences. People just pushing the boundaries of ordinary storytelling through immersive and emerging technology. And it's great to see and be connected with so many people that are creating extraordinary art pieces. And so in addition to being able to fund your project through a micro grant, you have to do that through connecting with the many cool artists on the platform. And by winning the grant, I've been connected with a lot of artists just independently amongst ourselves on the platform, where we feel that there's synergy by us working together. People working on panels about AI at the UN, to people that are working on storytelling for good or using immersive storytelling to generate some sort of lasting impact in society. So also, it's not a lie, it's really easy to apply. I read on the website that there's a slight advantage to applying earlier in the month, and I remember I had just learned about the platform halfway through June. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just wait and apply next month and then I have more of a chance. But I just went ahead and applied late for that month and then ended up winning that month. So it's possible.
Possible. And it's also possible for you. So everyone who has joined us, thank you. You can join us every month for a very quick conversation with the winners. And until then, please go to Kaleidoscope.fund and apply, and share the information with others who might want to apply. Thanks, Anatola.
Thank you.
Bye.